Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Patrice, and today we are about to somehow get sublimation onto this black cotton shirt. Alright y'all, so I have this shirt and it is 100% cotton and it is black, and everybody is always asking, can you sub on black? Can you sub on black? I want to sub on black or dark colors, or I want to sub on cotton because you just don't like polyester. Well, no, we can't sub onto the shirt. Not based off of the true definition of the word sublimation. And for those of you who may know, sublimation is the process of applying ink to poly-based fabrics with extreme heat and special ink that turns into gas when it is heated. But it can't really go onto black shirts, and a lot of people want more colorful shirts. So how do you get that done? Introducing, or in my case, reintroducing Siser Easy Subli. So Siser Easy Subli is an HTV that takes sublimation ink. So it's a poly-based material or polyester-based material, and it takes the sublimation ink and the sublimation process, and when it does, you are then able to apply it to your shirt like it's just regular printed HTV. So I get a lot of comments in my last video asking, what's the difference between Siser Easy Subli and just regular transfer paper? There's a big difference, right? So with the transfer paper, I don't know about you all, but my transfer papers that I've used, and I've used some of the best, they simply crack under pressure, or maybe just crack underwater or something of that effect. But it does not last longer than 2 or 3 washes. This Siser Easy Subli, it lasts so long. Like, y'all, I have shirts that I have Easy Subli on, and I have washed it upwards of 20 times, and those shirts still look amazing. So there's a huge difference. This is not just regular transfer paper. Now the process seems very similar, but the material is what makes it different. All right, and also that color, because y'all, my colors be popping with that sublimation, so it stays nice and vibrant. So we are going to dive into getting this done. I'm going to show you all the process of getting this done. There are multiple ways that you could use this Easy Subli. The Easy Subli was made for Sawgrass printers, all right? Sawgrass sublimation printers. But sometimes you can feed this through your Epson. Sometimes you may not be able to do that depending on which Epson you have. It works or it doesn't work. So you definitely want to check that out. So I love Siser Easy Subli, but y'all, it is pretty expensive, and if you have searched for it, it is pretty hard to find at times. So today I am just going to be using the Siser Easy Subli. There is another product called Siser Easy Subli Mask. The mask is what allows you to transfer the Siser Easy Subli to your shirts. So it's more so like a transfer sheet, right? But you don't necessarily need it. It's not required to have it, but it's good if you are just starting out, or if you want that ease of just applying the transfer tape on top and being able to press it onto your shirt. All right, y'all. So I've talked to y'all enough about Siser Easy Subli. I'll probably let you all know a little bit more about the product as we go along. But today we are going to be using the Starcraft Solo to cut out our image and apply it to our shirt. So let's get started. Okay, y'all. So first we are going to head into Starcraft Create. so that we can get ready and set up our project. All right, so I am just going to select new project. It is an 8.5 by 11 sheet, so that is what we will be selecting for our canvas. And I set this up in the landscape format because I want it to be wider, and that's how I need to set it up for it to be wider. All right, so I am going to go to the top toolbar and click File, and I want to import the file that we will be using today, and here it is. You can also drag and drop it in as well. All right, so I need to make sure that the software knows that I'm going to be doing a print then cut. So I am just going to click onto the document symbol over on the right panel, and I want to click show print margins because we need to know what space we're working with. And I also want to click onto show registration marks. And so once we did that, as you see, there are the registration marks, and here is the outline of the print margins. So we need to make sure that those registration marks are inside of the print margins, okay? And so I am going to make sure that I get as much space as I need because I do want to resize it. So I'm just going to click onto the corner arrows and resize it as wide as I possibly can without going outside of the print margins. And I'm measuring that based off of the registration marks. All right, so everything looks good. It's within the margins, and so I am going to go ahead and duplicate this. Because why do I want to waste all of that EasySubli? EasySubli is not cheap. All right, so I am going to get ready to send this to the printer for print then cut. I'll show you guys that a little bit. Let me go up some and to the right. And there we are. So as you see, if you have a Starcraft Solo and you use Starcraft Create, as you see, the margins or the registration marks are within the print margins, and this is very important for your print then cut, okay? Because if it goes out, if it goes out of the margins, it will not cut it correctly once you put it inside of your Starcraft Solo. All right, so that is all that we're doing. I am going to be printing this from my Sawgrass SG500. My Epsons have been giving me issues with printing onto EasySubli as of late. I have printed on them before. I will print this out with the Sawgrass SG500. But if you want to see how to use EasySubli with an Epson and not print directly onto it, I have a video. I will have the video listed at the top and also in the description so that you can see how to get that done without printing directly onto the EasySubli. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and click Create. And this is showing us how it is going to print when we put it into the Starcraft Solo. But we just want to make sure that everything is selected as we need it. I am going to adjust the settings of the pressure on the Solo itself. All right, but you can go ahead and if you want to adjust it here on the screen, you can. But I usually just adjust it on the Solo. And I am going to be using a pressure of 30 for this particular cut. And the cut mode, what you see is what you get. That is what that acronym means. You can change this, the origin point, as you all see. It kind of shifts where the cut will begin. But we are going to leave it at what you see is what you get. We don't need to mirror this. So even if you're not using a Starcraft Solo, if you're using your CRICUT or Cameo, do not mirror your image, all right? So we are next going to click Print and Cut. and this is going to pretty much print it out how we need it to print and print those registration marks. Okay, so go ahead and select print, and there are instructions on the side panel as you saw if you need further instruction. But here we are going to print this onto the Sawgrass SG500, and honestly I just have to click print and it is going to print. Okay, so everything is already printed out on our Sawgrass SG500, and we just need to click next so that we can go to the next step of getting this cut out on our Starcraft Solo. So I am going to get ready to meet you all at the Solo. So now we're done with printing out our image, and I let it dry under the heat press for about 10 minutes. You want to make sure that it is dry. We are placing this on a light tack Starcraft mat. You can place it anywhere on the mat. You do not have to line it up to the corner. The Starcraft camera will read it. I am cutting this today at a 30 pressure, but you can use between 25 and 30. It's up to you. And we are going to go ahead and load this. If you want to see how to use the Starcraft in detail, I do have other Starcraft videos on this channel that you can learn more about the Starcraft Solo. But we are going to continue to cut. As you see, that ink kind of spread on the word crafting because of the rollers. I really thought that this had dried, so I'm not sure what to make of this, but we definitely want to take that into consideration next time I consider using the Starcraft Solo for projects like this. The weeding is super easy for the EasySubli, as y'all see, so that's perfectly fine. You do want to make sure that you weed your EasySubli, because if not, this will go onto your shirt. This is not a transparent film or anything like that. It will definitely go onto your shirt, that white, and you don't want that. You want it to look like it is actually sublimated onto your shirt. So I'm just going to cut these in half, and I'm going to use both of those. But y'all, look how clean those cuts are with this Starcraft Solo. I love how this cut. Alright guys, so I let it dry a little bit more, and we are going to test this out by using some of the Hot Fix transfer tape that I have, because I don't have any EasySubli mask, and as y'all see, these letters are not connected. So let's hope this works. Alright, so let's put this here, and we are going to hope that it comes off. So I am just going to give that a nice little scrape. We're going to give this a nice scrape in the back. Alright, let's see. And hopefully it will work. If not, nope, it does not look like it's going to work. Maybe. Let's see, y'all. No, it doesn't stick to it. That's the problem, see? So that did not work for us. We are going to have to find another solution. All right, y'all. So trying to use that hot fix transfer tape with the Easy Subli was a disaster. It did not transfer over. So I had to place a rush order for some Easy Subli mask. So we are going to see how this goes. Now this mask, you can get this mask in a roll. You can definitely get it larger than this. I will have links below to Heat Transfer Warehouse where you can get as much Easy Subli mask as you want. All right, so we are just going to cut enough so that I can transfer it over. So I'm just going to go ahead and bandage it on the front and the back. And then we are going to remove the backing. And as y'all see, it is working pretty good for the most part. I think I didn't brandish that too well. Okay, you want to, don't lift it up. Because I'm trying to pull it up, and that's not the way to go. You want to, and you definitely want to go in a slant. Being fast. It's on there. Alright, so we are going to head over to the heat press. Okay, y'all, so now we are under the heat press and we are about to get this pressed. I am going to take my lint roller and just make sure the surface is nice and clear of any debris. This is very important no matter what you're doing because you don't want anything to get underneath the vinyl, okay? So the same for sublimation. If you're sublimating your shirts, you know that this is an important step, right? So next we are going to press the shirt for a few seconds just to heat it and get out any moisture. All right, guys, so now we are ready to put our image onto the shirt. And this looks like it is perfect. I have the heat press set at 310 degrees, and we're going to be pressing this for 15 seconds. And so the EasySubli is a warm peel, all right? So you peel it right away. And this is what we have, y'all. And as you see, those colors did come out more vibrant. They looked a little dull at first, but they definitely look a lot more vibrant now that it is on to the shirt and it's been pressed. But I can tell where that roller at the top right here. I don't know if you guys can really see that too clearly. It's not bad. You can't tell so much, but I can, maybe because I knew that the roller kind of attacked the top part of the word crafting. That's why I can see it. But y'all, it looks great. The Easy Subli does have a little bit of that ink. You probably can't even see it on there. So don't be alarmed if you take off your Easy Subli and there is a little ink left on there. Here's a better look at how much ink was left on that Easy Subli mask. And it seems like a lot, but it really isn't a lot. So don't worry about the amount of ink that is left. All right, y'all. So we are all done with subbing onto this black 100% cotton shirt using Siser Easy Subli, and we kind of had to use the Easy Subli mask this time because of this design. So remember at the beginning I spoke about not needing the mask, but you will need the mask if you have a design like this that has several different cuts in it. If you use a design that has an offset to it and there's no breaks in it, you'll be perfectly fine. But can y'all imagine me trying to peel each of these letters off and sticking it into place? Yeah, no, that would not work. So you definitely need the Siser Easy Subli mask for items like this. And y'all also saw that the Hot Fix transfer tape did not work. So I would not recommend doing that. But y'all, this came out great. This sublimation ink looks wonderful on this black shirt. And don't be alarmed when it prints out dull, because the sublimation ink needs heat in order to be activated and turn those colors vibrant. So we used the Starcraft Solo, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. While I think that it cut beautifully, I do know that the roller in the middle kind of made it a little bit difficult, and that ink did not stay like how, well, it stayed on, but imagine if there were multiple colors in that area. That could have really ruined the design. So you want to be careful with using the Starcraft Solo for this type of project. But other than that, this shirt came out as expected. And Easy Subli comes in various sizes. I just had the 8.5 by 11, but it comes wider, it comes on rolls, and I will have links below listed to more options for the Easy Subli. Hopefully you will be able to find some, and it is in stock. But everything turned out really good, and it's super, super easy to use. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not already a subscriber to my channel. I would love to have you here. In addition, join us on our Facebook group, Craftable Things. We would love to have you in our crafting community. And head over to TikTok and Instagram and follow me there as well. But that is going to be it for today, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.